Hello everyone, welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee and I hope you're having a very blessed day today. So today we're going to be working in John. So in my Bible study, one of my Bible studies that I'm in, we are starting a study of the book of John. And so personally, I am doing like a character study of John himself as I read through the book and take all my notes and look for, all the information about Jesus and all the doctrines in this book and just everything else. But I'm doing on the side like a really in-depth study of John himself. And so I'm doing a lot of research and doing things like that. So this page is going to be kind of all about John. And I'm using this printable and like all these little words from Charlene Warwick. She is in our group and she blessed us with these printables. But if you're not in our group, no problem. She's got an Etsy shop. Her name is Charlene Warwick, and I think this one is entitled John or the Apostle John or something like that. But you can probably find it in her shop if you want to use the same image. So let's get crafting, and we'll talk about John as we go. Since I'm going to be using some stamping inks and stencils and such like that on this page, I am going to prep the page. And usually I prep the page off camera, but I wanted to show y'all, especially for the new people, how I prep a page. So I'm going to take my gesso. It's clear transparent, and this is a smooth gesso. You can take a brush, you can take a little piece of paper towel, whatever you want. I just do paper towel. I just smear it on. I really don't care if it's on like super smooth or not. I just want to get it on. I have this plastic sheet. It's a laminated sheet, a piece of paper, just laminated on both sides. So it's sturdy. I could put it behind the page, and it also protects all the other pages, after this page. So while I'm smearing the gesso on or paint or whatever, I don't get the other pages all messed up. And I'm running low on the gesso here. It looks white, but it'll be clear when you get it on the page. So I put a bunch on my paper towel like this, and I just literally smush it on. Like there's, that's why sometimes you'll see like little spots that I've missed when I'm painting or whatever. But again, if it really doesn't matter, like if I'm not doing like a super smooth page or something like that, I don't care if I miss spots. If I'm just stenciling or something, it gives, for me, this is another way to get texture on my page a little bit. And so see, just that little amount can do almost your whole page. And then I just, finish it off down here and just smear it on and just get the rest. And you make a mess as you go, but that's the whole part of crafting and creating, y'all. Making messes. That's, get your fingers messy. Have fun with it. This gesso I bought off of Amazon. Normally I go to like Hobby Lobby or Michael's and get some gesso, but the last time I went, they were literally all out. So I had to buy this gesso off Amazon, and it's almost out down towards the bottom. So I'm going to have to get some more. But see, it's clear. So when you put it on, you can see all your words. Now I also have this one. This is gesso. It's acrylic gesso, but it's a white one. This one's by Liquitex. You can get clear by Liquitex as well. But make sure that when you get it, and it should say here, this one just says gesso, but this one says clear transparent. So if you want to make sure it's clear, you want to get the clear transparent one. This one's white. So if I were to smear this on this page, it would cover all the words. It would be white. And the very first time I bought some gesso, I did not look too closely at the label, and it was white, and I smeared it on my page and I covered all my words. I was like, no, but I just collaged over that page, and that was one of those mistakes that I fixed, and no problem. So I'll always remember that page, the page that I used the white gesso on for the first time. So yeah, you learn from your mistakes, and then I've never made that mistake again. Okay, so now you do have to dry this. So I am going to, hang on. It was coming out of the wall. I'm gonna pull over my heating tool, and it's plugged in the wall over here, and I still need to get myself an extension cord. But these get very hot, so you got to keep them moving. You can use a hair dryer. You can let it just sit out if you want to just gesso your page early in the morning or late in the day and then come back to it. It usually takes maybe, I don't know, I've never let mine dry naturally, maybe an hour to dry perhaps. But it just takes a few moments to dry with a heating tool. But you want your page dry. So you can start stenciling on it, stamping on it, doing whatever. The reason why you want to put gesso on your page, if you're going to be using paints or inks or maybe pens that might, bleed through, it kind of helps prevent the bleed through going onto the back page. I also use gesso when I just don't know what I'm going to do on the back page, because this protects the page. So if I was using either a lot of water or paints or something on this side, or even on this side, it would protect the bleed, the pages from bleed through on both sides. So, I really just almost always prep my pages, unless I'm just cutting and gluing something onto my page, because I usually don't know what I'm going to be doing on my page, and I might add, ink or stencil or paint or something along the way. And if I didn't prep my page, most likely I'm going to get bleed through, because I'm pretty heavy-handed. Yeah, I use a heavy hand when I'm crafting. And then you can also do the opposite side. Dry the opposite side. It kind of helps with the drying process a little bit faster. But that's all it is. So anytime I say I prep my page, that is what I have done. Clear gesso on the page. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. As long as it's pretty dry. And then, sometimes your pages will curl up. Now, if you hate that or don't like that, you can get a craft iron. Let's see. I have a small little craft iron here. Again, I think I got this one off Amazon. Just a little hand, it's in this little container here. A little handheld iron. This one I use for crafting. And you can go over your page and iron it. But most of the time, I hardly ever do that. When I finish my page, I close my Bible, and with the heaviness of the Bible, it flattens the page out anyways. But if you are one that does not like crinkles or wrinkles, or you put your decoupage napkins down and you don't like those little crinkles, you can iron it out and make it super flat. So you always have that option. Okay, so we are going to be using this printable, and I just printed it out on copy paper out of my printer. And I'm actually going to cut it out, like kind of fussy cut it. Not exactly. I'm going to leave some white around John's face, but just get some of this white off. I'm just using my big scissors here. I have these small scissors as well. These are called Cutter Bee scissors. These are super sharp scissors. Actually, I could just use this while I have it out. These are great for if you need to cut into like really tiny areas, or you want to get really detailed. These are perfect. Like if you're cutting like little butterflies out or whatever. Sometimes I like using my big scissors for big images, because it just goes faster. But I'm trying to see where his neck goes. Oh, that's good. Okay. So while we're crafting, we can talk about John. So I'm thinking, actually, I'm just going to kind of round this part off and cut this bottom part off. I had some markings from my printer. There, I like that better. Isn't that a cool picture? I don't know if Charlene drew this herself. I bet she did. So, great artist. I love using other people's art because when I start to draw in color, I get really, frustrated if it is not turning out the way I want it to. So this way, I already got the image. It's perfect. Now I can just do my creation. Okay. So let's talk about John a little. And while we're talking about him, I'm going to be stenciling. So I have this Tim Holtz stencil here. And it's kind of like a cracked wall, or cracked ground. I mean, you can use this for a lot of stuff. But for me, I am using it, I'm thinking I'm going to put his face here. So I want to kind of frame his head a little bit and have this kind of around here. And for me, what this symbolizes, so whenever I am creating pages in my Bible, I try to use images or stencils or words or anything that kind of symbolizes something about what I'm doing on the page. So for me, okay, John was one of the really three close companions of Jesus, along with James and Peter. He was one of Jesus's closest confidants, which is really cool. And he saw and experienced things that most of the other disciples never got a chance to see. And that's a great thing to do on your own as well, is make a chart and write all the things that John saw versus what the other disciples saw. You'll see a huge difference on the things that he was privy to. I have a whole page of notes on things that he got to see that the other disciples didn't get to see. So that's a really cool thing if you want to do that on your own. He was also believed to be the only disciple to have died of old age. All the other disciples died as martyrs. One of his nicknames was Son of Thunder, and here we have that, or also the beloved disciple. He was called a friend of God. He was an eyewitness. So we have all these words. But the Son of Thunder, a lot of people, scholars and such, are debating about like what exactly that could have meant. It could have referred to his speech, his temper, or his ambition. And so I kind of like relate to him a little bit like that. I guess I could be called the daughter of thunder at times. But the only time that nickname came up was in Mark 3, 16 through 19. So it's Mark chapter 3, 16 through 19, if you want to look that up. That was the only place the nickname, came up in scripture. But you know what? Look at what John says in Luke, let's see, what is it? 9:54. And that'll kind of give you like a little glimpse into his character a little bit, and that's why I said I can kind of relate to him. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, look at Luke 9, verse 54, because I could see that would be something that I would say, y'all. That would be something I would say. He's also considered a pillar of the church. He was a fisherman, and they're thinking that he was one of the first ones that Jesus called to be his disciple, one of his disciples, and to come follow him. He was one of the first ones that Jesus called. Jesus also asked John to take care of his mother. While Jesus was dying on the cross, he looked down at John and said, "Hey, will you take care of my mother?" I mean, that is, that's a huge thing. So that shows you how much John meant to Jesus, how close those two were. He also wrote the book of John, books 1, 2, and 3 of John, as well as Revelation. So they're saying he and a couple other people were the only, he wrote most of the New Testament. I mean, him and 2 other writers were the ones who wrote most of the New Testament. He was also exiled to Patmos for his faith, and that's where they think that he wrote the book of Revelation. So again, if you're studying John, think about all the things he saw when he wrote the book of Revelation that none of the other disciples saw. I mean, wow. Interestingly, y'all, John is mentioned by name in every gospel except the book of John. He doesn't mention his own name in the book of John. So as you'll see, as you read through the book of John, you'll never read John said this or whatever. It might be the beloved disciple, or it might be, the one God loves or what have you, but you'll never see John, say John said this or whatever. Let's see. He was also considered the one that Jesus loved, and John was also one of the fastest ones to make it to the grave. When Jesus died and they put him in the grave, he outran Peter. They're thinking it was John because it was considered, it says in the scripture that the one that God loved, or the beloved disciple, ran to the tomb, and he was faster than Peter. Like he has this impetuousness, or this, I don't know, this like drive, I think, that just kind of causes him to say things or do things or get excited about things. And that's why, again, I think I kind of relate to John so much. Like I really have this connection with him. So all that history, or all that like little background to say that John is just so fascinating to me. So again, I'm doing that study on the side. So having all said that, I picked this stencil because to me it kind of represents a wall, but a wall that's cracked. It's got its flaws, but he's sturdy as a wall. He's strong. He's a strong guy, and he's sturdy, and he's dependable, and he's like, I'm trying to think of the word. Kind of like dependable, but he's just this strong guy. But again, he's got his flaws. He's got his cracks, like we all do. So that's kind of what that symbolizes for me. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking Tim Holtz Distress Ink, brushed corduroy, as well as aged mahogany. You don't have to have these two. You can use any kind of inks, or, gosh, I've got all this stuff coming off of my ink pad here. I need to clean this ink pad. But anyways, you can use any kind of inks you have. And you can even use paints. I have some tempera paints that we'll be using. Tempera paints or acrylic paints? Let me see. Oh, does it say in here? Craft paint, whatever this is. Acrylic, tempera, either one. But since I'm gonna put his head here, I want, again, this, I got stuff all over me. This, whatever this is, stencil to be coming out from his head. Like to kind of frame him. I got all these, like I said, I have all these little frayed pieces on here. I need to clean my, I don't know what happened. I must have been doing something, another project. And then, so I'm gonna take, and I'm using the same brush because I really mix them and it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna kind of go in with this aged mahogany as well. So I get like a two-tone. I always like doing different layers. See, look at that. You know, I'm gonna make sure this goes off the page a little bit. Because you never want like just like a straight line. So I'm gonna kind of match this up as best as I can, even though it wasn't really matched on that side. And I'm just gonna do some more. Sorry, y'all, I'm probably shaking the camera because it's attached to my my table. And I'm gonna do a little bit here and just kind of blend that a little bit better. You can always go in with your stencils, overlap them. There's no rhyme or reason. Let's see, and let's just do maybe a little bit coming out here. Got all these little pieces, y'all. Come on, shake it off. And then I think I want some coming down here. And I like having like dark spots, light spots, you know, because that gives you that dimension. See, look at that. Some's dark, some's light. And I'm gonna have some coming up. Okay, let me grab paper towel, kind of wipe that off a little. And let's see. And again, I like having it coming out in like spattered areas because it just gives it a different kind of look versus like everything like rectangular and square and such. Okay, we're gonna have some coming up from the bottom too. Okay. So that's like his wall, like he's sturdy and dependable, but he's also cracked and he's also got flaws, just like we all do. You know, but that doesn't mean God can't use you, because God definitely used John. All his flaws and cracks and all that. Okay, so then just cover up your inks, because you probably won't need those again, unless you want to go back in and do more. Okay, I'm gonna wipe all this off. And this, all you got to do is put it, you know, spray with water or put it under your sink, rinse off with water. All that ink will come off. So easy to clean those. Okay, so now I think I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. If I want to glue him. Okay, I also grabbed a couple of these washi tapes. These are washi tape. This is washi tape. This is tape with different images on it. This one has like letter postage stamps on it, and I was figuring since he's a writer, he wrote these books, I thought that would be cool to have these like little postage stamp thingies, you know, coming out. Trying to think. I think I'm gonna put that last though. So let's glue him. Y'all, sorry, I'm scattered. I'm thinking and talking at the same time. It's so hard for me to craft and talk and explain stuff at the same time, but we're gonna glue him down. So I'm just gonna grab my glue stick. Just smear glue on, and then we're gonna glue him down. I want him like right about there, I'm guessing, because I need some room at the bottom. And I love these browns too, because it kind of blends in with his face. This page is gonna kind of all be browns and such. Okay, So now what I did with these, so this one I printed with on copy paper, you know, just regular white paper. You can card stock, white paper, what have you. These words I printed on clear sticker paper because I wanted the background to show through. But before I do that, what I did, or what I'm going to do actually, let's move all this. Okay, all this. So I grabbed a burnt umber and a territorial beige. Again, you don't have to have these exact kinds. These are the colors. This is the beige, this is the umber. I just wanted like a light brown and a dark brown. And I just put some on this little palette here. And I've had it out since this morning, so it's kind of been sitting there. I also have my brush in some water, and I'm just gonna kind of clean that off, wipe it off, so it's not all runny. We want the brush to be dry, because I want like a dry brush effect. So I was kind of fooling around with this morning on my paper, and see, there's my stenciling, different colors. It actually looks better on this page than it does in my Bible, but you know, hey. And then what I want to do is do like this dry brush technique, kind of smearing the light brown and the dark brown together. But I don't want it to be totally mixed together. I want to have these kind of streaks. So let's see what this would look like. Yeah, this is still a little wet. If you have a lot of moisture in your brush, it won't work. You want a dry brush, so you get these streaks. And what this is symbolizing for me is, again, like his impetuousness. Like he'll just do things, just, you know, on the spur of the moment, or he'll say something. Okay, what I'm going to need, looks like I need a little bit more of this because it's all dried out from this morning. So I'm gonna put some on there, just a little dot. Whoops, whoa, that splattered everywhere. See, get messy, y'all. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. There we go. Okay, let's make sure my brush is completely dry. I'm gonna take a little bit of this brown. Can you all see me on camera? I'm gonna take a little bit of this brown and then take a little bit of the dark brown and just kind of put it together, but I don't want to mix it because I want the two-toned effect. Okay, so I'm just practicing right now on my paper to kind of, there we go, kind of get the look that I want. I want something kind of like that, like little swipes with, and if you can see, it's got like the brown, the light brown and the dark brown, but they're not blended completely together, so you're getting that two-tone effect. Okay, so I got it on this paper. Now let's see if we can do it on the Bible. Oh, you know, this is when you just got to go by faith, y'all, and just have fun with it. Okay, so I'm gonna do a swipe across the top here. I'm trying to hold this down and do this at the same time. Just swipe across the top. That was some ink right there. Then we're gonna do maybe one across the side here. And just have fun with it. If you make a mistake or it doesn't look like exactly the way you want it to look or whatever, just, you can go in and fix it or just leave it. Just, you know, have it, that's just part of your creative process prior to the whole thing. I'm gonna do one across the bottom here. And again, this symbolizes to me just like he'll just be so impetuous and do things, and you know, he's kind of like a spur of the moment kind of guy, you know, a little bit. Okay, the Son of Thunder, I'm thinking I'm gonna put like maybe like down there. So let's do a swipe across up here. There we go. And then I'm gonna do one across the side over here. And if you do the paint light enough, you can read the words through it. If not, you can probably go in with like a baby wipe and, you know, wipe it down a little, you know, like fade it out, because it's water-based kind of, so you can go in with a baby wipe or a wet cloth, and if you put too much paint down, you can like wipe it off. But I like it. I wanted to have like these bold these bold areas because he is like this bold guy. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, we did it. Okay, so I'm gonna move this to the side. And now I'm going to actually dry this real quick because we want this dry before I put my stickers on it. So I'm gonna take my heating tool again. Just come in and give this a quick dry. And if you don't like the browns, do different colors. Do your favorite color, do whatever calls to you. Or you don't even have to put the swipes down if you don't want to. I just like trying different techniques and playing with different things in my Bible, like with paints or, you know, stencils or stickers or what have you. I want to try to do different techniques on all my pages and try different things. And yeah, just kind of be brave and just jump in and do it. Okay. So now I'm going to take this and let's see, where did we want that? The beloved disciple, maybe like right there or down here. I think right there. And then you just got to kind of figure out where you want everything. And of course, I don't have a little, I always have problems with these stickers, y'all. Oh, there we go. As I said that, it came off very easily. So this is what happens when you put it on clear sticker paper. Everything's going to show through this. So I just want to make sure I don't like cover his face or something. So, and once you stick these stickers down, they're pretty much down. Every once in a while you can peel them up, but these are some tough stickers. So I like that, the beloved disciple John. You know, it's kind of like setting up the title there. And then this one, it says Son of Thunder. Come on. There we go. If you roll your finger over the top, it should come off, but it should. But again, I always have problems. And then some of them have the little split in the back, which would help if I knew it was there and used it. Oh, I always do everything the hard way. Son of Thunder. Like I said, I could be the daughter of thunder. Oops. I got some paint on this page over here. Let's see if I can wipe that off. We'll cover that up with white later. Okay. Called a friend of God. Or to be called a friend of God. I'm going to put that along the side here. We'll put it down here. The Apostle of Love. I need to be more of that. Oh, for sure. The Apostle of Love. I got to be less a daughter of thunder and more an apostle of love. For sure. Okay, I'm going to put that right here. I like having things like off kilter and wonky. I don't like putting things right on top of each other and having it all, you know, straight up and down. And so, I mean, it depends. It depends on the page, but sometimes I do and other times I don't. Okay, so now I forgot. I didn't forget. I've been staring at these. I have these washi tapes, and then this washi tape I made with napkins. If you want to know how to make your own washi tape, I show you how in a previous video. So go under my YouTube channel and look up the video on how to make your own washi tape. Super easy. But this one had like script on it, as well as like these little postal stamps. And since he's a writer, I kind of relate to him too, because I'm an author. So I relate to him in so many ways, but since he's a writer, I thought it'd be cool to even have some of this on. And this is, I'm done with some clear double-sided tape and napkins and my own stamps. I make my own, so you can check that out and how to make your own washi tape. But I'm trying to figure out like where I would want this stuff. Let's just do like a few. I like tearing washi tape and doing different things with them. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna tear that, and I want it like a, let's see. I want it torn like this way, like that. I want it kind of like a edge like that, just like a wonky edge like that. I love just tearing washi tape and making different designs with it and such. Throw that out. this one's just a grid washi tape. If I could find the end. Is that the end? Just like a little grid washi tape. Trying to figure out where I want to put it. You know what? The thing with washi tape, which I love, is you can pull it up and do different things. But you know what? I think I need a longer piece. That one we might put somewhere else. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, I'm gonna want a longer piece here. And I've got so much washi tape. A great place to order washi tape is Amazon, AliExpress, which is through China, I think. So it takes a while to get your supplies. But if you are in the United States, there's a place called the Little Craft Store, and they buy washi tape directly from Japan. And it's a company here where I am at in Houston, and they can actually ship and deliver. Okay, that one's too long now. So I didn't want it that long. So they can actually ship and deliver washi tape to you, but they have got the coolest selection of washi tape, y'all. And it's pretty inexpensive. So yeah, if you want to check that out, you can get washi tape from them. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but I have bought a lot of stuff from them, a lot of washi tape. I'm trying to see if I want to use this in any other little section here. Let me just see what it looks like. And again, like I said, with washi tape, you can kind of put things down and see if you like them. And if you don't, you can pull it back up. I'm going to tear this one in half. I like doing like little pieces of washi tape too in different areas. Do that, do that. Still got this. Let's just go. Just like that. I don't know. Just trying to figure out where I want things, y'all. Like that. Let's see how this will look on here. It might be too transparent. Let's see. We'll try it. If not, I've got a lot more of this that I've made, so we can just... The hardest part of this is just getting the backing off because it's double-sided tape. Come on. There we go. And see, it's kind of see-through. It's like tissue paper-ish, so you make your own washi tape, just like this other, just with double-sided tape and a napkin. It's so fun. Let's see, maybe we'll just... kind of just tear it like that. Oh, I like that. Okay. Ugh, no, it's so stuck to me. Ugh. This double stick tape will really stick, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna just tear off another little piece. Just put some up here. That little part is bothering me because it's all clumped up right there, so I'm trying to flatten it out. There we go. Still got this piece, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm done with that. Okay, so then I got the word eyewitness. And he was eyewitness to so many of Jesus's miracles and behind the scene things. You know, whenever you say, oh, I wish I could be a fly on the wall. Well, John kind of was, which is pretty cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna put that one right here. There we go, y'all. Let me see. So a lot of times what I like to do when I'm done with the page, I like to look at it too. Maybe stand up, stand back, look at it and see if it if it's all cohesive, if it's saying what I want it to say, if I got it, you know, the way I want it, if I'm missing anything. And nope, I think we are good, y'all. So here's our page for today. Let me bring it up close. Oh, this Bible's getting so big. So there's the top with all the different washi tapes, just little pieces torn, and our paint and our stickers. And then here's the bottom, the paint and washi tape. And then there it is, full on, the whole page right there. And then what I'll do off camera is date the page. Or actually, might as well do it now. Let me grab my, I don't know when you'll see this. You guys probably won't see it on the same day that I'm doing this, but let's see, what is this? June, what day is today? 17. So let's find the one. The 7th. Okay, so what I like to do, and let me see what kind of, I guess I'll do it in aged mahogany. So I'm gonna grab my ink again. I like to, where's my piece of paper? Stamp, and then stamp it on my paper first. Well, see, it's upside down. That's exactly why I like to do it. And I actually, that is really red. So I'm gonna have a little bit on my stamp, and then I'm gonna do the brown on top of it. Okay, where do we want it? I'm gonna just put it right here. June 17, 2021. It's very faded, but I can see it. And it'll have to dry. But that's how I do my stamps. I like to have the date on it. And if it's too light for you, you can always go in with a pen and write over it. And that 2021 is kind of fading out. So let me see if I can find my brown pen, which I usually have right here. Here we go. I'm just gonna kind of go in. '21 and just kind of go over it again. That kind of defeated the whole purpose of the stamping, but sometimes it stamps perfectly and other times you got to go in. But there you go. That is a lot more prominent. I can see that now. So there we go, y'all. There's our page for today. I hope you learned a little bit about John. I hope you're excited to continue to Bible journal with me. And I hope you all have a very blessed day. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.